morning to you. Danavan Hylton, your community business leader. Wish you not only a great rest of the day, but congratulating you in advance for all of your success and accomplishments. We're here in the beautiful south side of downtown Nashville in the Sudekum Napier community. I believe we're at, it's horrible. Yeah, the Napier Sudekum community. We're here going to join MDHA, Metro Development Housing Agency, on a field trip. I believe that's the bus right there. On a field trip of the guidelines to their designs in regards to the projects the developments they're working on that will be coming down the pike in various parts of Nashville. And so I'm going to capture as much footage as I can in regards to what the guidelines are looking like, what folks are planning on, or what MDHA is talking about, and hopefully we can even get an interview with somebody's perspective. If not, Danavan Hylton, we're in the community. Of course, thank you for liking and subscribing our YouTube page, our Facebook, going to our website. Also, thank you for your donations monetarily. My wife and I are self-employed, growing this business from self-employed into a business where we're now subcontracting on our work. Got a couple of interns, but we're doing this ourselves full-time. And so www.cash.me/$E1Connect. Thank you for those donations as we're building our brand. So we're here and we're going to go ahead and check it out. Let's do it. All right, so we have the Janet King right there. She is the Director of Community Engagement for MDHA, Metro Development Housing Agency, mover and shaker here in Nashville. J. King, thank you for allowing us to ride the bus with you.
All right.
Do you mind if you let us know what's going on today and why it's so important for community residents to stay engaged?
Yes, absolutely. So today we're taking a field trip. As you all know, we finished planning on last year and we are working on our design guidelines and getting our SP done for zoning and getting the community ready so that we can start our groundbreaking for this Envision Napier and Sudekum. And so we're excited to have our second field trip. This is Curtis Thomas calling me now. Hey, Curtis. Hey.
So J. King's gonna take care of some business here, but we are in beautiful
We're headed to
Napier,
Uptown Flats,
Napier Sudekum community. Beautiful people. But it's a time where Nashville value has increased economically and transitions happen, and so we're going to go ahead and check out some information. We'll get back on with J. King as soon as she finishes taking care of her business.
Try and catch up with us at 10th and Jefferson.
Please give him my best if I don't see him. So J. King, where were you?
So as I was stating, we wanted residents to get an opportunity to see around the city what some apartment styles look like, as well as garages, because parking was a real concern for residents. And so we wanted to take a look at amenities as well, to see some of the things that they had talked about, so that they can, this is not the ideal, but this is to give them an idea of what some places look like in the city, so that they can start so that can be incorporated in the design guidelines. We have Christina with Moody Nolan, one of our architects, that is going with us, and so it's important that residents are able to give that feedback and she's able to hear that. So it's a great opportunity for residents to stay engaged. Hold on. Barrington, where you going? Oh, okay. East Nashville.
J. King, we want to get on the record. Thank you so much for allowing us to follow you today, and all the best in your personal life and your career as you are a pillar in the community. We love your work. All the best to you.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we're just getting off the bus, getting ready to go to Uptown Flats. This is my first time here, and so we'll check it out. So we're heading on to another location, just leaving Uptown Flats. And as we're looking at the actual design, as far as parking and structure and access and things like that, as far as what people want, first thing I noticed, there's a lot of common areas inside, just the biggest thing I noticed is, as the development happens and the local residents connect with the incoming residents, there's going to have to be a change of attitude, a mindset change. You definitely got to increase your relationship management skills, because when you're dealing with the mixed-use income facility, you're going to get a little bit of everyone as far as social economics residing here. And so you have to really be professional. That's the biggest thing that I believe we're going to have to work on as far as getting to the community residents. But this is really cool, and we'll check out the next building. So we're here at 10th and Jefferson, downtown. Keep in mind, as we're looking at the design for the infrastructure for Envision Napier Sudekum, keep in mind, I'm almost lost for words, that we are in zip code 37207. We're on historic Jefferson Street here, back here. And keep in mind that 37207 is the highest, excuse my ignorance, but I'm gonna use the word on the crime activity, is the highest per zip code in the country. And here we are on, with all due respect, historic Jefferson Street, where we have TSU, Fisk University, and Meharry Medical College right there behind us. But it's right here. And so my point is, as you see the economic changes and trends going on, and you see the opportunity for more of a mixed-use experience, the question becomes, especially for young folks, what are we doing to put ourselves in a position to be able to not only survive but thrive? Because we're moving to a position here in Nashville where you have to have your work skills up and your economics together in order to truly maintain a particular quality of life. And it's not necessarily a color thing. I feel it's more of a income thing now. And as long as you have the income, you're able to, do and provide and, rip and run while you're in the city. But we're here at 10th and Jefferson. This street, when I first moved here, and just to see where it's at now, and we're talking about actually, again, looking at the design for Envision Napier Sudekum. Just want to let everybody know what time it is, not to be fearful, but get your work skills up. Let's keep moving. I have a lot to talk about later on. All right, so we're just leaving 10th and Jefferson. It was a really great facility, and we have one more stop to make. Let's do it. So we have a trash room and a trash compactor there. Just give you a heads up. So we're leaving Nance Place right here behind us. We're downtown area, and look forward to connecting with you to share my thoughts. This was a very informative. I'm just letting you know what time it is economically. What time it is economically. So we'll have a conversation about this shortly. Great stuff. Hey there, this is Danavan Hylton. So we're downtown right now. Just left the MDHA event, and so we're taking care of some business downtown. Just wanted to recap my experience, challenge some minds, get some perspective. But the biggest thing for the design guidelines today were just to talk about structured parking, access control to the building, pretty much using your imagination and piece building skills to put together something that you would like to see as a resident. And so we stopped by 10th and Jefferson, Nance Place, and Uptown Flats, I think is what it's called. And some of the things that we talked about were the simple fact that now real estate, housing, residential property now, you can't find anything in Nashville under $300,000. And so as far as property, and as you can see, we talked about rooms going for one bedroom at $1,600 and three bedrooms going at about $2,400 a month. And those are actually usually sold out simply because housing is not here, and so folks are moving into those apartments until the transition. So the capital is there, is what I'm saying. The capital is there, is what I'm saying. But just wanted to talk about some possible solutions to the challenges that may be facing. Just a heads up, if you're not involved or understand what Habitat for Humanities is, want to look into that particular program. Habitat for Humanities is great because it allows you to become a property owner, and traditionally you're paying $300 to $500 a month. I'm not saying it's the best option, but it is an option. Also, we looked at the different types of apartments, but the biggest thing was the mixed use aspect of it. I made a statement earlier about changing of the mentality, and when I say changing your mentality, we have to understand that, you know, capital plays a huge role in one's environment. And what I mean by that is there are times through HUD or different government agencies as far as housing where local low-income residents did not receive, you know, the hospitality or the customer service that they deserved. And we are aware of that. But the thing is, it's safe to say that capital, you know, controls, for the most part, resources. I'm not saying that's right, wrong, or indifferent, but from what I can see, capital controls resources. So when you move into an area where the capital has increased, those resources will be there. So when a resident is saying, well, you know, I see this mixed-use housing, but at the same time, how are we going to keep the trash from getting picked up? Or how are we going to, you know, keep people from stealing stuff? And the thing is, we just walked into a mixed-use income facility, and it's a totally different ballgame compared to, you know, your government agency housing. And so those things, especially in mixed income, those things that traditional residents go through won't be a challenge anymore, simply because, you know, it's just a different lease agreement, you know, and folks are not going to be playing. We connected with a property management firm that's real sharp in the city, and they pretty much manage the properties of the various sites we went to today. And so we just want to make it clear that, you know, first of all, when you don't have the capital you need, 9 times out of 10, you may not get the resources that you need. And so increase your capital, not only for your community, but also for yourself, to be able to get the choices that you're looking for. We're gonna walk through this building real quick. Let me know what you think as far as what you experienced, what your thoughts are when it comes to the housing and just the overall transformation of Nashville. Leave a comment. Be sure to like and subscribe to our work. Talk to you soon. Also, one more thing I wanted to mention was, if you notice that way the buildings were designed as well, it lets you know indirectly that mass transit or public transportation is something that the city is looking to do based upon the designs of the building. And so, and when you're in a larger growing municipality or city, you know, public transportation becomes, you know, a huge concern. And how you doing, boss? Public transportation becomes a huge concern, and you know, when you get more traffic on the roads like that, you know, the cars do make the streets congested. So buses, taxis, and subway systems, and all the different things like that do play a role in developing the city. So that's a conversation that needs to happen as well. Danavan Hylton, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for engaging with us. Continue to do all that you do. And remember, Hylton Elite Marketing Agency, we're more than just marketing.